My honest take on Eren Yeager, even if it makes people mad. I honestly believe that Eren Yeager is one of the most unusual, unique main characters I've ever seen in any media ever. I love the way that he's angsty, feisty. We get so much of the main character sweeties, like Tanjiro, Aang, Deku. They're just soft and sweet, whereas Eren is quite the opposite. I love his feistiness, his hot-headedness. However, I do think we forget that he does have a lot of sweetie in him, which is why the finale is a little bit tough for me to swallow, and which is why I have a little bit of a different understanding of the finale than a lot of people, which makes people mad. But he's the one that when they confronted Annie, he was like, "You're joking, right? This is a joke, right? Annie, just say it's a joke and it'll be okay." The one who wanted blood was Mikasa. Same with when they said Marco was dead. He was like, "You guys are joking, right? This is a joke, right?" And he's the one that when he's talking to Reiner and Bertolt, he's like, "You guys are joking, right? You guys are mass murderers. You guys are not good people." He always stood by that. He always stood by humanity, what's right and what's wrong, despite the fact that he wanted to kill all the Titans. For that to be the same person that's just willing to absolutely mass genocide the entire world, something had to have happened. You feel me? So my honest take on Eren Yeager is going to be different than other people's, because I do not think Eren just had a complete 180 the second he kissed Historia's hand as a person. I think he then at that moment saw the future and it messed with him. He was no longer just like a normal kid anymore. He had godlike power with a mortal brain, meaning he was trying to do what was right, but his brain capacity couldn't handle godlike power he was given, meaning he made mistakes. Even he said he made mistakes. That's why Jaegerists also make no sense to me. Eren wasn't stoked about what happened. The only people that were stoked about it were the Jaegerists, and it was not right. Killing people is not right. Innocent women and children, might I add, not just the evil Marlians, because yes, you can fight back, whatever. Anyways, back to Eren. My point is, I think Eren Yeager is a good person. I think he is a victim. Does that excuse what he did? No. He said himself that he is a slave to freedom. He was being used by maybe his future self, maybe a mirror, maybe a worm thing, who knows? There are so many theories of what it could be. Maybe his future self did turn evil because of all the memories. That's totally, like, I'm open to that. I'm not, like, just in denial. I just am genuinely not just coping and trying to, like, come around with some mental workaround as to why he is horrible now and, like, you know, I'm dead serious. Like, I think there has to be another reason, and they're allowing us to have media literacy enough to try to fill in the blanks. The obvious answer is, oh, he just changed. Oh yeah, he just became the villain. But I don't think so. I think he was so rooted in what he believed and he was never going to change his mind. Something changed his mind. That's hard to do for Eren Yeager. So yeah, my honest take on Eren Yeager is that he's a good person. He is a tool for the rumbling. I don't really know. That's just my take. Do I have all the answers? No, that's what I think. Call it cope. I honestly don't care. I call it trying to see the deeper meaning, because I think Isayama is smart enough that he's gonna write his story in a way that seems obvious. Expect those of us that like care enough about his story to like, okay, but what's the deeper meaning here? Anyways, let me know what you think. I also have a theory that it's a mirror. I've talked about it before and it went viral, so I kind of like don't want to talk about it again unless other people are like, oh wait, I missed that one. So let me know if you want to know my theory, because I actually think it's a mirror that made Eren do everything and that they made it look like Eren's the one that made her do everything. People are gonna hate that though. So let me know if you want the theory, because I have some evidence to it. It's not just like, oh yeah, I think Amir did it. I love Eren. No, let me know what you think.